Hello, John Dr. Hotlicks Taylor here with Shred Academy, and this lesson I'd like to talk about 7th chords used in a metal setting. Now typically when you got a metal song, most of the chords being used are 5th chords or power chords. So what I would like to do is show you a progression primarily using 5th chords. I'm going to be pedaling off of the E string a bit and throwing the 5th chords in between as we go, and I'll play through that progression 2 times, and then I'm going to change it to use 7th chords instead of the 5th chords. And one thing I'd like to point out, I'm not going to be using a full 7th chord, meaning for those of you that understand the theory behind this sort of thing, you take your major scale, you play the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th notes within the given major scale, and that's what gives you a 7th chord. So you have the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th interval within a major scale. That's a 7th chord. I'm going to be taking out the 5th interval. So the 7th chords I'm going to be using are going to consist of the 1st, 3rd, and 7th. And it sounds really powerful and just disgusting when you got a bunch of distortion going on. If you have a clean channel on, it actually sounds really nice, depending on the order that you put them in. But I'm not going to be concerned with keeping things in key right now. A lot of metal stuff sounds so dissonant and off color because it is kept out of key. So this is definitely not going to be worrying about staying in any kind of key whatsoever. It's just going to be taking these 7th chords and moving them around just to make some really off color music. Alright, now let's take a close-up of what I'm doing here. So the first chord I was hitting was F sharp 5. So starting on the A string you have 8 and 10 on the D and 10 on the G string. So 8, 10, 10. So I kept the same root notes going out throughout this, and I just changed everything to that instead. So we had F5, which was 8, 10, 10. Then we went to an F major 7 instead and played 8, 7, 9. That just sounds so awful. In a good way. Awful in a good way. Just like sliding that chord around just sounds so mean. So my advice as far as using these chords, if you want to create something with a lot of tension, a lot of dissonance, just give somebody that feeling in their stomach that they're queasy. I love doing that in music. Just give them that queasy feeling. Just make it sound really off color. Something ain't right. Throw some of those chords in there. And it doesn't have to be like the whole progression doesn't have to be nothing but that. Because if you do it the entire time, then it loses the effect. So you throw it in here and there, just kind of like, seasoning on something that you're cooking. You don't coat it, whatever you're cooking in a bunch of pepper. You just do a little bit here and there or whatnot, just to give it a little bit of spice or a little bit of flavor. Same thing with music. You just throw in the crazy chords, here and there, just to add a little bit of flavor, some color to what you're trying to play. So let's finish this video lesson here. I'll just start improvising some stuff, just kind of more of a death metal-y type thing, and I'll throw in the 7th chords, here and there, so you can hear how the stuff will sound.